Ladies and dudes, you're not going to believe this, but we have finally made it to over 150 movie reviews. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what is today's 150th movie review? I'll give you a hint. Uh-oh. My snapping fingers are dry today, so I can't do that cool theme song of theirs. But you already know what it is, right, ladies and dudes? You know about the little snappy finger part. Well, let's get this thing started. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BlueBob987. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, I got some good news to tell you. We have finally made it to over 150 movie reviews. And I guess everybody wants to know what's today's movie review of the day. Well, here's my movie ticket of it. I'm sorry about the shade of light again. And yes, my movie ticket went different. So anyway, for my 150th movie review is The Addams Family. And this movie is starting to become the next underrated film. So I got another good underrated movie that will fit perfectly on my collection. And underrated films are my most favorite type of movies of all time. And this one is pretty darn good. It's pretty darn enjoyable. And it's perfect for the Halloween season. So, let's not waste any further. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my 150th movie review of The Addams Family. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will tell you the truth right now. I am very darn familiar about the Addams Family. I do remember both of the TV shows, one from live action and the other from a cartoon show that I remember back in the 90s. Yes, I am familiar about those two Addams Family movies. The one that featured Christopher Lloyd and, what's the girl who played, Wednesday? Kristen Riley or something like that. I forgot her name anyway, but it's been a long time. And now we're on back to another animation one. And it's gonna be CGI this time. So, what's the new storyline of the new Addams Family film is all about? It's a story about the Addams Family who's been stuck in that house for the last 13 years. They haven't gone outside after the events that happened back at Mr. and Mrs. Wednesday's old home since they got attacked by those terrible people who really hate them so much. So they have no choice but to get out of here and just find a new home of their own. And they live in that creepy house for the last 13 darn years. And now they have to give the other world a chance, because they have never gone to another world before. And yes, they do have one cool looking big kitty called, well, Kitty. I know it's weird to call a lion Kitty. Well, that's what they call them anyway. Well, call that really cool lion. So, that's my whole entire plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie. I will say that this is a perfect way for the the holiday season for Halloween. And I gotta tell you the truth right now. Halloween is one of my most favorite holidays of all time. Because I love everything that involves Halloween. Like scary stuff, spooky stuff. All those cool looking hobbies I have ever seen that came from in stores. And lots of candy. I love candy. I have a good sweet tooth in my mouth. You know, eat a lot of chocolate. Something that Matcha Boo will love. Oh yeah, as for the new movie for the Addams Family, I will say it had a pretty good storyline for the most part. The characters were freaking likable. The animation is pretty good in so many ways. I do like the score. And yes, the surprising thing is, they did feature a couple of hidden Easter eggs here and there. Something I'm not allowed to spoil. And yes, there's a couple of hidden Easter eggs here and there that featured a few stuff that came from your favorite horror films. Something you gotta check out right away. If you're a big fan of horror. Well, as for me, I'm not a big fan of horror. I don't watch horror movies that much. Except for, The Crimson Peak. I think that's the only horror movie I will enjoy. I haven't seen that movie for a while. But one day I'll rewatch it again if I have to. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of the new Addams Family movie in CGI. I will say for the strongest points for this movie is the Addams Family themselves. I love every single one of these characters. Like Mr. Addams, Mrs. Addams, Uncle Fester, Pugsley, Wednesday, the grandma, that really cool lion of theirs, and Lurch, and the Thing. I just love all of them. They are such good, memorable, or likable characters. And they're very, very fun to watch. But I will say the best character in the whole entire movie is truly Wednesday. And Wednesday had the best storyline out of all the other characters from this movie. And they did a well done job of developing that character. Yeah, I enjoy her very, very much. So yeah, I will say the strongest point for this movie is truly the Addams Family themselves. I will say for the weakest point for the movie is the new villainess. I think she's okay. I don't mind her voice acting. But I think the character looks too much like she's in the 1950s or something. I think her hair's way too puffy and she looks way too skinny. And yes, she's a villainess and she did a lot of bad things. You know, being so nosy and doing horrible things on her neighbors' backs. Well, if you ever seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I will say the new female villain is truly the weakest point in the movie. You know, about her design, her looks, but her voice acting is fine. That's all I can say about that character. And speaking of characters, let's go on to the characters. I will go with the two characters I love the best in this film. The first character I want to talk about is Kitty. That really cool looking lion. I freaking love that lion to death. And yes, they did add that lion in the original TV series from the 1960s. I freaking love that lion. I'm such a big fan of lions, and lions are truly one of my most favorite animals of all time, and one of these animals that we gotta rescue. These beautiful animals are so darn important. You know, one of the most coolest big cats that we gotta save. We cannot let those evil poachers kill them and get, get their lovely fur and their cool looking maid. Okay, I will say about Kitty, I like its look, I like its design. He's a really cool looking big cat, and I'm glad that the Addams family had took care of their cat very, very seriously. It's a very fun looking character. And I will love to hug it and, give it a nice warm feeling and give him a lot of kisses. Well, you know me. I love big cats and I want to get along with them. So, I have nothing else to say. So, Kitty's one of the best characters I ever seen from Addams Family film. And the second character I want to talk about is Wednesday, played by this new actress I really don't know of. And like I said about Wednesday, she's truly one of the best characters out there who is very well fleshed out and very well developed. And she had a very, very good storyline. Her storyline is all about she's been stuck in that house for when the day she was born, and she really wants to get to know what the other world is like, the world that she had never gone before. And it's a good thing she made a new friend who's, very different than others, I guess. And I just want to say that Wednesday is truly the best part about this movie, and I just love her to death. Hard for me to say. So, Wednesday is a very awesome character overall. Big, giant, creepy thumbs up. And now let's head on to my final thoughts of the Addams Family. Sorry about the shade of light again. Okay, here we go. Overall, the Addams Family is such a very good CGI movie. It had a very good storyline for the most part. The characters are freaking likable or memorable. I love the animation. I freaking love the score. It has a couple hidden Easter eggs that will surprise you. And yeah, it's a good CGI movie to watch. And very darn underrated. So for my rating for this film, I decided to give it an 8.5 out of 10. So please check out this movie right away before Halloween will be over. So, that is my 150th movie review of the Addams Family. And I hope you enjoyed this movie review. And join me tomorrow as I do my very first documentary movie review. And this is one of the most saddest a storyline that's very darn true. So, for my next movie review is The Wildest Dreams, Conquest to Everest. Yeah, something that'll break your heart. Big time. So, I'll see you guys later. And sayonara.